I mean, this lighting's trash, but so am I. Okay, I'm gonna level with you here. This is the second time I filmed this video because I could not cope with how boring and awkward I was in front of the camera for the first time in literally 3 years. One of my goals for 2020 is to be more creative, so here I am. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to achieve for this video, other than it being the first video in literally 3 years, and all the other ones are hidden now, so don't bother looking for them. If you already know me, you know that I've been living in Beijing for a year. Well, nearly a year. I moved here February 2019. It is now January 2020. I won't rehash all the details of why I moved here because honestly it's not important, but it is the best decision that I could have made for myself. I'll probably do a short video in the future on the whole process of getting hired abroad, moving here, like things you need to do at the visa centre, but if you want any kind of information on that in the meantime, feel free to give me a shout and I'll do what I can to help, I guess. Now, bearing in mind that I've been living here for a year, it's only now that I'm starting to feel somewhat settled when it would have been the end of my yearly contract. Now, I'm even a little cautious saying that I'm settled now because it does feel like nothing is permanent here in China. When I first moved here, I had a lot of issues surrounding my weight. I was rejected from a few places because of my weight, which may sound like a completely foreign concept to some of you watching, but that is kind of the way it is here, very frustratingly. I have lost a significant amount of weight since I've been here, so I don't have as many problems with it, but Chinese people do still love to bring it up all the time. So in the year that I've been here, I've had to move 3 different times, which doesn't sound like a lot, but imagine having hauled your whole life from one side of the earth to the other and then not being able to find somewhere to call home. That is incredibly frustrating. It made for some really sad, dark times. And I know that sounds real dramatic, and it is, but that's the way it is. I've lived in deepest, darkest Dashing, where I was literally the only foreigner for a couple of miles, so everyone stayed literally everywhere that I went. I've stayed in Shijingshan, where Cassie was, which is miles away from everything and real far out in the west. And now I'm in a place called Yizhuang, which is in southeast Beijing. There's a few subway stations, so it's easy to get anywhere. There's a lot of Western shops, there's shopping malls. There are quite a few foreigners in Yizhuang, so I do like living here. It is quite a nice area to live. You see, my problem with making YouTube videos is normally I don't really feel like I have anything interesting to say. I mean, granted, the only really interesting thing I've done with my time in a long time is move to China, but I think that's pretty cool. There's a lot going on here, and I feel like now I might actually have something interesting to show you. I know this video is called a year in China, but if I went through everything that I've kind of been through in this year, we'd be here forever. I don't want to do the whole kind of British girl tries Chinese snacks or using a squat toilet for the first time because ew, you're nasty. And I've lived through a lot of that stuff already. I've been here for a year. There's a real big expat community on YouTube that do a lot of things like that, and I honestly don't feel like I'd have anything else to add or anything that hasn't been said already. I do want to do like food videos, like actual food that you get here, kind of like daily life things. I really more just want to show you what it's like to live here, not necessarily to visit, but to actually live here. I mean, fuck, I'll take you to the Silk Market, I'll take you to the Forbidden City, somewhere I still haven't been yet, but I moreover just want to show day-to-day things like supermarkets, the subway, like what it's actually like to live here. Mostly things that I was looking for before I moved. And I know that people say that you can research as much as you want and nothing will ever prepare you for China, which is 1000% true. But it'd still be nice to show you, wouldn't it? If you're still following me from when I first blogged, thanks for sticking around and for still being interested. And if you're new, then hopefully I won't disappoint. I post fairly regularly on my Instagram, so I will link that. But if you're not interested in that, then I will see you in the next video. Peace!